Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to Ask the Nanny on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Thank you all for joining me today. Excuse me. Mm, got something in my throat. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Prissy Marie. Thanks for joining me. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes um, while everyone joins me on all four platforms. And while I am waiting, if you would like to join in on tonight's giveaway, put a color in the comments. I already have the color written down, so it's already permanently in there. If you'd like to join the giveaway tonight, participate in the giveaway, put a color in the comments. We're looking for one of the 8 colors in the crayon box, which is yellow, red, orange, blue, green, brown, purple, and black. Let me think. Purple, red, orange, green, blue, yellow, brown, and black. Okay, 8 colors. One of the 8 colors if you want to participate in tonight's giveaway. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so I have a whole lot written down on this paper. Can y'all see that? I got categories and all. Got an outline done. I don't know if we're gonna make it through it all tonight with the questions that come up with each section, but we're gonna muddle through and we're gonna get started. It is. I know I started a couple of minutes early because I'm going across 4 different platforms. I wanted to make sure that I was online on time at 8 o'clock to make sure that everyone was here. Let me put a pin a uh, title over here on Instagram. Let's see. Hello, Adeline. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Okay, I'm adding this title. I'm not gonna. There we go. Post and pin comment. Okay, so while I have everyone here, hello, little. Is it Leah? Lily. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Let's see who I have. Adrian, how are you? Thanks for joining me. Now, so I'm going to get started first by telling you that all not all tantrums can be avoided. Yes, your child is going to have a temper tantrum and it's going to be sometimes it's unavoidable. There are things that I'm going to tell you about that will help you to avoid those tantrums, but not all of them are going to be avoidable. Hello, Bubby. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Oh, you're my favorite. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Um, so if you all will hit the like button, you can like over here on Instagram and on uh, Facebook. Not sure if you can like on YouTube. I'm not sure how that like button works on YouTube. But hit the screen twice over here on TikTok so you can invite your friends to come. The more likes you send out, the more your friends come, and we can. And I won't have to repeat this uh, information over and over and over again. More likes can attract viewers. Keep it up. Yes, more likes attract viewers. So keep it up. Keep the likes coming, and the viewers will come too. So one thing I want to tell you about is be prepared. And when I say be prepared, I mean for the shopping trips, for the park, for the traveling, long road trips. Uh, just be prepared at home. Have things, as my mom used to say, keep a song in your pocket. So if you keep a song in your pocket, it will definitely bode well for you. Now, when I say be prepared for trips and shopping and all that, the first thing you don't want to do is go shopping when it's close to nap time, it's close to eating time, or your child is generally not feeling well, unless you absolutely have to, because those are circumstances that will probably assure you a meltdown. If they don't get what they want, if they don't have what they need, it's going to pretty much that you're asking for a meltdown. So don't do that. Now, also take toys. Uh, I used to take toys in the store with me. I would label them, uh, or put a piece of tape or something on them to make it known that I am not stealing this toy. This toy belongs to us. It keeps your child occupied. Give them something that keeps them occupied. If you're going on a car trip, um, the DVDs, the portable DVD player. Do not put any toys in your child's car seat or attach any toys to your child's car seat. That is dangerous because if something happens, those toys become flying missiles. Just letting you know. And you don't want a flying missile in your child's car seat. Hello, Corinne. How are you? Hello, Sazir. Thank you for joining me. And for those of you who are just joining, if you'd like to participate in tonight's giveaway, please put a color in the comments. Uh, not even a stuffed animal. Stuffed soft things, I would suggest small soft things. Uh, but still, it depends on your baby, the age of your baby. Um, a stuffed animal, if you're not in the back seat with them, is a smothering hazard. And I work with enough babies to know that, uh, how in the world did they do that? Because in my mind, there's no way that they could possibly hurt themselves with that. But in their little minds, oh yeah, they can. If there's a will, there's a way, and your child will find a way. Uh, Mayor Bear, we're going with the 8 colors in the crayon box: the red, yellow, blue, green, purple, brown, black, and another color. Did I say blue? Okay, so those are the colors that we're going with. Um, but a small stuffed animal, I was taught by a child safety passenger technician, um, no toys because they become torpedoes. She even showed us, and this is a trigger warning, just so you know. She showed us a picture of a little boy who was in his car seat and he was playing with his tablet. And uh, somebody crashed into them. The tablet flew up and hit his face at like 60 miles an hour. So I'll let you use your imagination with that. So that's why I say nothing in the car seat. Um, it just it just does something to me when I hear stories like that. Hello, Maddie Deaton and Rosa. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so as far as entertainment, keep your. I have uh, Apple CarPlay in my car. I have a playlist of songs that I know makes my child happy. So when it starts going, I put those play songs in there, and she starts dancing and enjoying herself. Yes, even when we are playing on the floor, if we are in her bedroom, if we are on a diaper changing table, because kids squirm and They don't want to get their pampers changed. I have a playlist. I have it pulled up. I have two phones. I have it pulled up on my phone. So all I got to do is tap, 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 and music is playing. And then within 3 or 4 seconds, we go from to hey, I like that song. And she starts bopping her head now and swinging her fingers. So have a music on play, have that music playlist ready to rock and roll. Like I said before, keep the song in your pocket. Let me push that back a little bit. And have that music on ready to rock and roll. Okay, food, have food, prepare food, because sometimes you never know, that blood sugar level drops and your child is starving all of a sudden. It has happened to me. I have 3 boys, and it has happened to me many a time. But um, because I had food in the car, snacks, and I wait for these special trips that I know I got to do, and I can't. It's going to be impossible for me to do it without taking the kids with me. I take special snacks because I don't want the everyday snacks. I don't want that. I don't like that no more. I take special snacks that I know that they've been wanting for a while, but I've been saving them for just such an occasion so that I can pull it out and go, ooh, and they're like, ooh, yes. That's the time you pull out those special snacks. Uh, Nettie says, I have an upbeat playlist and a calming playlist for when I want them to sleep. Exactly. I do the same thing. I have like four or five different playlists. The play, the dinner time, the upbeat that this is that my get out of jail card up list of songs that I know is going to change that frown, turn that frown upside down. Got one of those. I have a sleep playlist, and I just have some little jazz music that plays in the background when we're just doing nothing. Uh, so I have playlists for everything. Okay. Also, tell stories. Kids, if you have 4 or 5 year olds, 3 or 4 year olds, tell stories. They like hearing stories. I learned that. Talk to them. Find out about their day. If when you talk to kids, it encourages them to talk to you, tell you what's going on, and then you can talk them down off the ledge because they know they've had a conversation. You know they understand you, and you can talk them down off the ledge when they start going sideways and over there to the wait a minute, my left, over to the left. Okay, you talk to them. And that's one of the mechanisms that I use when we're going out somewhere. I let them know, okay, we're going here and we're going to do this and we're going to do that and we're going to do this and then we're going to do that. I let them know what we're doing. And I let them know what order we're doing it in. And if the order changes, I let them know that too, so that they will be prepared. Kids transitioning sometimes is a rough time. And that's why I say keep a song in your pocket, because during transitions, that's one of the biggest times when kids uh, don't want to. You said we were going to do this. I'm mad because you said it, you said it. And so when it changes, if something has to change, and I explain to them, okay, this is the order that we're planning it in. But sometimes our plans get messed up. So if it gets messed up, I'll let you know, okay? All right. And we give high fives because they know the high fives are, hey, they're big on high fives. Everything is a high five. We agree when we do high fives. Hey, high five. We're in agreement. So if something changes, as soon as I know it's going to change, I will change it, and then I'll make something fun. If it's something that they really don't want to do, I'll make something fun right after it. So, okay, so if you all just hang on and let me finish this, then we'll get to that. Okay? I promise you, we're going to do this right after. And keep your word. Please keep your word, or they won't ever trust you again. Well, you said the last time, especially older kids, they keep count. I promise you, They keep count on everything you say, on everything you promise. And when you promise it, follow through. Just like you're consistent on their behavior modifications, follow through with what your word and what you say and whatever is going to happen next. Follow through. Be consistent. Hold on, let me answer some. See if I have questions over here. Uh, okay, gotcha. How do you teach baby to roll over? Okay, uh, Maya Bear. I will come back to that as soon as we finish with the temper tantrum. Okay. Uh, Lots of tummy time. Oh yeah, Prissy, thank you. That's a great. That's exactly what I was going to tell them. Lots of tummy time. Okay, so um, I think that's all the questions here. Let me see what I have over here on Facebook and YouTube. Uh, Adrian says I have relaxing music that makes my kids fall to sleep. Uh, that makes my kids to fall asleep. Uh, Excellent. Hi Kaya, how are you? Oh my God, the kids are so big. Oh my gosh. We play find a red car, a blue car, or find a digger. We yell, whoa, every time we go under the bridge or underpass helps pass the time in the car. Yes, yes, especially if you have 3 and 4 year olds, find something to do. If they know their ABCs, find something. Oh, I see the letter E. I spy with my little eye. Letter A. Find I spy. If they know their colors, find something brown. Find something green. Call out a color. Call out a letter and let them find a word that starts with a letter. If they're reading, let them find a word along the way that starts with whatever kind of card games you have that will keep them looking and keep them occupied and have a prize at the end. Games are no fun if you don't have prizes. Hi, Sejali. I think I got that right. How are you? Let's see. Tips to break this habit before it's too late. What age do tantrums begin to happen? Can you send us your playlist for babies? Yes, I will. I'm going to do a video with several playlists because my playlists are actually albums. I love Go Fish. If you all haven't heard of uh, the group Go Fish, it's kids songs. Most of them uh, are jazzy. There's a lot of Christian songs on there, but they're still jazzy. And my baby girl, she sits there and she bops her head and she swings that little hand. Five Little Monkeys jumping on the bed has never been the same. If I don't sing it that way, she does not respond. If I don't sing it, if I'm in a pinch and I'm taking her out of the high chair and I can't reach the phone and she's screaming and yelling, I start singing Five Little Monkeys jumping on the bed. And the first time I sang it, she looked at me like, what are you singing? And then I sang it the Go Fish way, and she stopped crying and got happy. So if your child has a favorite way of singing a song, sing it that way. Hey, just popping in a while, pumping at work. Ah, okay. Thank you for dropping by. Okay, so uh, temper tantrums start literally. They start around 8, 9 months. And when I say 8, 9 months, I mean consciously. Babies are going to cry, but when babies get to that 8, 7, 8, 9 month period, they get separation anxiety. And when they get separation anxiety, they see their mama, nobody's going to do. They see whoever that caregiver, whoever that person is that they are feeling separated from. If they see them, you can hang it up. They will scream, they will yell. I have it takes a good 5 to 10 minutes to calm them down. I have actually spoken with parents that I work with when they come home from work or if they work from home. I need you to give me a schedule when you're going to be in the kitchen. I need you to give me a schedule of what's going on in your day so that we can stay out of the way, because it not only causes anxiety for mom because she feels bad that she can't come in and pick up the child. I feel bad because I got to find some kind of relief for this child so that you can go in there and have that meeting that you're supposed to be doing. I also feel bad for the child because the child is full of anxiety because mama or daddy or sister, brother, whoever, auntie, nanny is not picking me up. They're not paying me any attention. So temper tantrums start right around then. And you may think they're just crying. That is a tantrum. That is a full blown, I don't want you. I don't want nothing you have to do. I won't have nothing to do with you anymore. I want my person. And whoever that person is, they're not going to stop until they get it or until you find a distraction that works. Sometimes my music list, it doesn't work. Most of the time, I say 95% of the time it works, but I have found a backup. If we're at home, I can take her to the bathroom, run water in the sink, sit her on the edge of the sink and let her kick her feet in the water. It calms her down. So try it. It's a good sensory tool and it works. So, tips to break the habit before it's too late. Okay, so we're going to get into that in just a second. Uh, Greetings from Santa Ana, California. Well, hello, Santa Ana, California. How are you? Let's see. Yes, we find car rainbows and look for all kinds of colors of cars. Awesome. My daughter likes to throw food and toys. How do I correct her from doing that? That is, it takes patience and it just depends on what how old your child is, because some things are just developmental and they're discovering things, they're trying to testing their boundaries. I wonder how far this will go. And then if you laugh about it, if it pushes your buttons, it just makes them more anxious to do it again. Also, they are testing their boundaries to see, hmm, I wonder if I push this button right here, what mama's gonna do. Or they're just curious to know the reaction of their actions. So throwing food and toys, it is depends on the age of your child. It is probably perfectly normal for that age. So I would suggest that you just keep redirecting and tell them, okay, let's put our food on. Let's keep our food on our tray. Let's keep our food on our plate. I wouldn't suggest saying, no, we don't throw food. Stop throwing your food. Because you know that reverse psychology, when you tell them no, that to them in their minds are like, oh, yes, I'm going to do that again. I'm going to do it just to get on our nerves. But when you say, okay, we keep our feet on the floor, or I will say something instead of going, stop running, walking feet, please. Think of ways, positive ways to reinforce what you want your child to do. And when they have that tantrum, please don't yell, stop screaming, stop crying. I told you. The more you get upset about they being upset, the more it's going to upset them and they're going to go longer and louder. And it's going to be a big commotion, a big to do by the time you get done. So I would suggest you find positive ways. Uh, let's eat with our forks instead of our hands. And if they're shoving stuff in their mouths, you know, find positive ways to reinforce what you want them to do instead of negative ways. And they will mimic your language. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, it may be months or maybe years down the line, but you will hear them saying the same thing that you said to them to someone else. Okay. Hello, all the way from Barbados. Hello, Barbados. How are you? Is it Rashida? Thank you for joining me. Need help with a 3-year-old and tantrums whining. Yes. Let's look into the reasons why they're whining. Um, Hold on. How do we keep tantrums at a minimum at nap time? Um, I would suggest, and especially at nap time, have a bedtime routine. Nap time is one of the worst times because kids don't never want to go to bed. I don't want to take a nap. And they're sitting here like this, about to fall over asleep, but they don't want to take a nap. So I suggest you start with a routine. Have a schedule, a routine in place. We're going to uh, eat lunch. After we eat lunch, we wash our hands, we clean up behind ourselves. We go get, take our shoes off, take our socks off. We read a story, we sing a song, we lay down. Um, if you rub their backs, rub their backs, and then say goodnight. Be consistent, and it's not going to be a bed of roses every day, but be consistent in the way that you carry those routines all the way through. Be consistent. Children like consistency. They like routines. It's their way of telling time. It's time for nap time. I know because we just ate. It's time for nap time. We're getting ready to get ready for nap time. We're going to go wash our hands. We're doing all these things in consistent order so that we know after we read that story, mom rubs our backs, it's time to go to sleep. There probably will be some whining, there probably will be some crying, but if you are consistent and you keep going and keep going, they will get used to the routine. And pretty soon they'll be telling you, okay, it's time to wash hands. Okay, let's take our shoes off. Let's put our shoes away. All right. And they may cry on the way to the bed as long as they keep walking and moving towards the bed and keep moving towards what you want them to do. Keep talking to them. Okay, we're going to have a good nap, and then when we get up, we're going to have snack, and we're going to go outside or do whatever it is that you're doing. I would not tell that to an anxious child who uh, wants to, is eager to play or is eager to do some things, because some things I didn't tell my children. I let it be surprised, or else they would bug me all day long. So I pick and choose what I tell children when they're getting ready to go to nap, or when they're going ready to go to bed, or tomorrow we're going to do this. They'll be up all night thinking, oh, is it tomorrow yet? At 2 o'clock in the morning, they waking me up. It's tomorrow, right, mommy? No, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Go back to bed. It's not time to go. So make sure that you are consistent. Some things you don't need to tell them. Other things, yes. If it's something that will make them lay down, go to sleep, and look forward to it, then yes. But if it's something like you're going somewhere to, like to the zoo, or you're going to the park, don't tell them that before nap time. They will never go to sleep. They'll be sitting there waiting on you to come get them. Is it time already? Can we get up now? That's what you will hear. Or you'll hear kicking and screaming because I'm ready to go to the park. So let me see. 10-month-old throws flailing tantrums when we remove something from her. She hits constantly. Uh, any tips? Okay. I think you said also tips on 10-month-old gain independence when I'm around. She always wants me to hold her. She is in that realm of separation anxiety. And even though some kids have more severe separation anxiety than others, she is still at 10 months old. She's still within that realm of separation anxiety. Okay, what age should you recommend implementing teaching uh, disciple? I'm not sure. Are you talking about discipline? I'm not sure. Nicole, can you please write your question again? Because I'm not sure what you're referring to. Um, so, as far as um, remedies, figure out triggers. Okay, so if you know your child is not feeling well, that's an all day tantrum waiting to happen. They may feel good at some points during the day and play, but if they're not feeling well, they're going to be whiny, clingy all day. It's it just goes with the territory of being sick and not feeling well. They are not going to, it's going to be one of those days. Get you some coffee, put on your happy music, prepare yourself mentally, and move on. This too shall pass. Um, if they're teething, mm, that's one of those times when they don't want to eat. Um, they don't when they go down for nap, they're sleepy, but they can't go to sleep because their mouth hurts. That's going to be a temper tantrum. It's going to be a rough day. I'll put it like that. Siblings. He took that from me. Give me my toy. I want it. I had it first. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. No, you didn't. Uh, make sure you have backup toys. Make sure you have another one or something similar to it. So it's just different enough that the one who is without a toy will accept it, but close enough to where it is uh, pretty much the same thing. I do that with twins all the time. Mom said, "Well, I'll get two of these. Get it in a different color. Get one in a different color. Yes, you need two, but get one in a different color because it's going to be a fight." And that one is mine. No, it's not. It's mine. See, I had it first. If you get them in a different color, pink for him, blue for her, orange, green, whatever the colors you may get it in a different color so each child knows which toy belongs to whom. Or else you got a fight ready to go, a tantrum, and then both of them are screaming. So be mindful of that. Um, we talked about separation anxiety, school drop offs. School is back in, and kids are going to preschool and kindergarten and first grade. And I don't want to go to school today. Yeah. You don't know what's going on at school because maybe your child hasn't told you that little Johnny is bullying me, or that I don't like my teacher because she won't let me do what I want to do. So they don't have the words to tell you all these things. They express it through acting out. I posted a video before I came on, um, about how the new baby was born. Parents are paying all attention to the newborn, and they're turning away the little kid, the older sibling who's about 3 or 4 years old. At every turn, you see them turning the kid away and turning the kid away. So finally, the kid puts a painting, a picture that he drew on the counter, and it's got sunshine over it, and uh, it's mom, dad, and the baby. On the other side of the paper, it's a cloud, and rain is falling down, and it has me written under there. When they finally see the paper, they realize, hey, we've been turning him away. We've been paying more attention to the baby than we have to him. When children feel left out, they will act out and have a temper tantrum simply because I want your attention too. So make sure it's not your fault. Make sure that you are giving the twins. You may have a favorite twin. Don't let them know it. Okay? You may have a favorite child. Don't let the others know it. Spend time with them. Play it. When I do my parent consultations, I always sit down and we make a plan for how we are going to better this situation. It's not just always the child that is in the wrong because he's crying, he's screaming, he's having a temper tantrum. Sometimes it's us not paying attention to their needs. Sometimes it's us taking them out when it's close to nap time and expecting them not to be cranky because we got to get this shopping done. So be mindful of that. When the temper tantrum comes, make sure that you have, I always keep new toys on top of the refrigerator, out of sight. They can't see it. They don't know it's up there. And I always pull it out when they start screaming and yelling, "Wah!" and it's okay. And I always tell them, it's okay for you to be angry. Sometimes you just have to let them cry it out. We as adults, I know me as an adult, I'm a crier. When I see a romantic movie and oh, she got the guy, oh, the tears come out. And when I see something that I think is an injustice, I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, I'm mad and I'm crying because it's a movie, but still, it gets to me emotionally. We have emotions. Kids have big emotions in their little bodies, but they're not able to tell you. Their fallback mechanism is cry, because they'll come and see about me. They'll try to figure it out. If you can't figure it out, then uh, give me something to substitute. So I put toys on top of the refrigerator. And when they start having their temper tantrums, I said, okay, when you get done and you're ready to talk, I'll be over here. And they hear the paper crinkling, or I'll pull out a special snack and I'll sit down at the table and I'll start eating. What you eating? Are you done being mad? Yes. Well, can you tell me why you were mad? What upset you? And give them an option to come on, sit down, have some snack with me, and let's talk about why you were mad. Instead of putting them in timeout, or instead of ignoring their feelings, and talk to them about their feelings. If you talk to your child about their feelings, they can express to you their feelings, um, and give them words to say. Are you sad? Are you angry? Are you mad about something? Did that hurt your feelings? Uh, Talk to them, so that they can understand. And the next time when they get upset, mommy so and so made me mad. Well, why did they make you mad? And it's not gonna stop them from crying, but it will alleviate it from getting all out of hand. And you can talk to them and tell them, this is what you think. This is uh, what is going on. Did you think? Did you ask this? Did you ask that? Did you tell him this? Did you use your words? We're always saying, did you use your words? But we need to give them words to use. Even if we want them to use their words, give them words to use. They can't use words that they don't know. Talk to your children. They are little, I call them little adults, because sometimes they come up with some doozies. I promise you they do. Um, Also, we talked about the backup toy. Also, create new projects. Just like I told you when I couldn't get the song to work, I took the baby to the bathroom and splashed in the water. Create a new project. Make some jello. Uh, Bring out some crafts. We're going to do something. Let them cut. Let them find ways to get that anger out. I've also gone and gotten a punching bag, because my oldest son, he used to get so mad. And I think it was the medicine that they had him on. When he came down off that medicine, oh my gosh, he would like be enraged. Um, and I got him a punching bag. So when he got mad, he would go and punch. Now I can't tell you how many punching bags I went through, because I think I own stock in them right about now. But he used to get so mad, and he would punch that punching bag and punch that punching bag, and it was his way of getting his anger. And I could tell when I heard the punching bag that he was angry. And then he'd come and talk to me about it. But give them ways to get their aggression out, besides hitting someone else, or being destructive, or slinging things and pulling things across the house. Give them a way to uh, figure out their aggression, figure out what to do. Go outside and throw the ball around. Go outside and kick the ball. Go outside. I would say, okay, I think it's time for us to. When we lived in Alaska, my young oldest son was like 4 or 5 years old. He used to get angry. I'd make him run up and down the stairs. I said, okay, let's get some of this aggression out. Let's go upstairs. Let's come back down. Let's go upstairs. Let's come back down. So by the time he went up 4 or 5 times, he's like, oh, I'm tired. And he'd calm down. It got all that adrenaline that was in him. It came out of him from running up and down the stairs. Find ways for your kids to get that aggression out. I go walking because it gets those happy juices going. Those happy endorphins, they come flying out of nowhere. And all of a sudden, I'm feeling better because I'm walking and I'm feeling better. My and happy endorphins have taken over that mad part of my brain, and I'm good. I exercise, I read a book, I turn on comedy on the TV, something to watch to get me out of this. And laughter is great medicine. So I'll go watch a comedy. So all of these things are great things to have as backups. Um, Redirection. It depends on the age of your child. You can redirect them or distract them with another toy or distract them with something else. When you see it coming, those triggers of, if uh, mom passes by, little girl is going to scream. So you hear mommy coming down the hallway, you take her to the other side of the room. Look what I just found. Oh, and ring the door, ring the little bells or whatever, something that makes noise so that she can't hear mommy passing by. Or when mommy passes by, she's so busy distracted looking at the toys or listening to the bells that she doesn't hear her and she doesn't pay attention to her. And once I know mommy's gone, then we head on doing something else. I'll put her down with a toy, and that kind of just distracts her. So redirect them. Like I said, depends on the age. Redirection is great, and have a regular routine. A regular routine helps with that transition, and give them a countdown. Don't just say, okay, time to put the toys away. Okay. So if you're doing something, one of your favorite things, and all of a sudden somebody comes by and says, okay, time to clean up, but I'm not done yet. But I'm not, and provide a place if they're not done with whatever project. I had plenty of Lego structures up on the counter so little Susie can't get it, little brother, little sister can't get it. And once we finish with whatever it is what we're doing or whatever time of day it is, okay, I'm going to give you time to come back and finish your project. When you make those promises and you give them a place to put their special things, it makes them feel special that I get a special place to put my toys. It makes them feel confident in moving on to the next, whatever it is you want them to do, because they know they can come back and work on their toy. It lets them know that you value their feelings. You understand you're not finished yet, but you can come back to finish later. And they will walk by that Lego land, that Lego structure is still intact. They don't say it out loud, but they walking by and they looking. Okay, it's still there. And they look again and it's still there. Okay, and they look again and it's still there. They come back and they will check on whatever it is they're working on to make sure that you haven't put it away. And I make a note, please do not touch, in case mom and dad are working from home and they see it sitting on the counter. I make sure mom and dad don't touch it, because if mom and dad touch it, that's a temper tantrum waiting to happen. That's a trigger. You touched my stuff. I wasn't finished with that. And now I got to do it all over again. I have been through those. And I'm sure some of you have been through the same ones. So make sure that you offer them a place to put their projects, something that's special to them, something that they're working on. You know, if you were a jewelry maker and you had your beads in one place and somebody came and they spilled the beads everywhere, and now you got to go over and you got to take all these beads and separate them again, and you had them in the box with little compartments, everything was in place, and now somebody touched your stuff and messed it up, and now you're mad and you ready to go and slap somebody yourself, because now I got to pick up all this stuff and I got to put it back where it belongs, and you're mad. Well, your child feels that same thing. Your child feels that same way. They aren't able to tell you and verbalize it, but they feel it. So take their feelings into consideration instead of you're just ready to go and you're ready to put the stuff up and it's time to go. Give them a countdown. Okay, you have 5 minutes. Most of my little kids can't tell time. I start 10 minutes ahead of time with having them clean up because I know there's going to be something along the way, possibly that they're not going to reject. And I need that extra time just in case. And getting out of the house a little earlier is not a bad thing. So make sure that you allow extra time. Make sure you tell them, okay, we have 5 minutes, or set a timer. Kids like to hear the timer. Okay, so when the timer goes off, it's time to clean up. We have 5 minutes. I have a little egg timer. I set a timer on the microwave, or set a little, if you have one of those little hourglasses with the sand in it, flip it over. Okay, this is how much time we have to play. So they can see, physically see, okay, it's almost time to clean up. And then you let them know it's 5 minutes. Okay, we have 3 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes. All right, one more minute, and then it's time to clean up. You are transitioning their brain, you are triggering their brain to say, okay, it's time to clean up. Okay, find a stopping point of whatever you're doing, and we can put it up on the shelf so we can have it when you get back. All of those things help to transition, all those things to help avoid a meltdown, a temper tantrum, a an angry rage. All of those things help you. And when you and sometimes when kids are crying, check to see if they're hungry. Check to see if they're sleepy. Check to see if there's something bothering them. Maybe their tummy is hurting. And sometimes kids have gas when they, because my child was a Hoover and always, I don't even think he ever chewed, but he would have gas and it would hurt his stomach. But he couldn't tell me my stomach is hurting. So I would pick him up and burp him. I would burp him, and this big burp coming, and then he's clamoring to get back down, and he's back to himself. So try to figure out other ways of things that may be going on with your child instead of just looking at it as, man, another temper tantrum? When is he going to stop this? Because it's making you angry and it's affecting you. So stop, take a moment, think, uh, go down your list. Is he hungry? Is he sleepy? Is something bothering him? Did somebody take his toy? Think of all of these things before you just immediately go from 0 to 60 like your child can. You are older and should be able to self regulate. The reason we give them time is so they can regulate. The reason we tell them, okay, you have 5 minutes, you have 10 minutes, you have whatever, is so they can self regulate, so they can get their brains to thinking, okay, it's almost time to clean up. Some kids, I tell them it's 5 minutes, you got 3 minutes. And when they get to 3 minutes, okay, y'all, it's time to clean up. And the rest of the kids will start cleaning up with them. So some of them are ready to transition, some of them are not. You know the temperament of your child. And if you don't take the time to learn, kids create patterns. And if something happens every day around 1 o'clock, 1:10, 1:15, 12:55, 12:50, somewhere around that 20-minute period, if something is breaking down every day at that time, that's a pattern. Something is going on in your child's life. Investigate. Whether they're sleepy, hungry, uh, I need a hug, I need some attention, whatever the case may be. Okay, now I'm going to the questions. I'm going to answer the question. I'm going to go from Instagram to Facebook and YouTube and on over to TikTok because it's 8:46. And let me remind you, if you want to participate in tonight's giveaway, please put a color in the comments, and the colors are red, yellow, green, blue, purple, brown, black, green. The 8 colors in the crayon box. I'll put it like that. The original crayon box, it has 8 colors. So put the colors that are in the crayon box. Choose from those 8 colors. Because if you're saying magenta and teal and cornflower blue and all that, that's no, we're not doing all that. So let me go over here, scroll back down and see what I have on Instagram. Um, what age would you recommend implementing teaching discipline? Um, I start, I won't say discipline. I start with redirection. Um, and I talk to the kids and I give them words to say, as far as, and tell them why. Okay, let's try playing with this instead of that. This is dangerous and I don't want you to hurt yourself. Let them know why you don't want them to play with it. Because if you just say, I don't want you playing with that, they will sneak. They will sneak and find a way to play with it, whatever it is that you don't want them to play with. That's just like saying, oh, the stove is hot. Don't touch the stove. Don't touch the stove. Don't touch the stove. They stick their hands up there and realize after they've hurt themselves, oh, that was hot. Take the time to explain to them what's going on, why you want them. And as far as discipline, I start like I said, redirection uh, when they're very young, um, and I continue positive reinforcement, redirection, giving them words, telling them why I don't want them to do a certain thing instead of saying, "Don't do that." I said, "Don't do that," and not because I said so. Okay, so no, we're not gonna do that. Uh, let's see, typo. Also, off topic, baby girl sometimes cries, screams in her sleep, stays asleep though. Thoughts? That sounds like night terrors. She may be having, um, if she screams in her sleep and stays asleep, it could be night terrors. It could be gas on her tummy. I know babies, one of the biggest things when they wake up screaming is because they have a gas bubble stuck somewhere. And it's horrible when you have a gas bubble moving around and it's stuck and it's painful. So I go in and the first thing I do is burp. And sometimes it be this huge burp. And sometimes it's a little burp, and sometimes it's a big burp. But it comforts them and they go back to sleep. You are brilliant. Thank you for sharing your light and wisdom with us. You're welcome, Jesse. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, what else do I have over here? Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Jada. Thanks for joining me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so those are all my questions on Instagram. Let me go over here to Facebook and to YouTube. Reggae Randy has some great remixes of traditional songs. Okay, so we'll look up Reggae Randy. We love finding new music. Okay, let me see. How do I get my daughter, who is 4 years old, and try to hit and bite her teachers at school when she is throwing a tantrum? Ooh, again, words. Um, and let the not just your words but explain to them. um, I've had kids to hit one another, and I did reverse psychology because I used to work in a 4-year-old classroom, and they would come to me, he hit me. Only reason I did that is because I said, oh, okay, so how about I let him hit you? No. I said, well, why not? You hit him. No. Well, why don't you want him to hit you? Because it hurts. I said, oh, so you don't want to get hurt? No, but it's okay for you to hit him and hurt him. And they just kind of look like, oh, okay. Hmm. I said, so how about you use your words and talk to your friend? And why did you hit him? Because he was taking too long. I said, well, why don't you say, Joseph, uh, can I have a turn? Or come and tell your teacher, Joseph has been over there for so long that I haven't had a turn and the time is almost up. Can you tell him to let me have a turn? How about we use those words? Okay. I said, what are we going to do the next time? Tell the teacher. I said, okay. And what else can you do? Tell my friend to give me a turn. Okay. So what are we going to do next time? I said, and then I look at the one who was taking all the time. I said, okay, so when your friend comes and asks you for a turn, what are you going to do? Uh, I'll share with him. I said, okay, good. Now, can you two work it out or do you still need my help? And then they look at each other, grin, and they go, sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't, but I have to try. But you're giving them words, you're helping them to figure it out, you're letting them figure out, oh, I shouldn't hit him because it hurts. And I shouldn't hit him because if he hits me back, it's going to hurt me. I don't want to be hurt, so don't hurt anybody else. But I have been hit. Matter of fact, I have been choked out by a child. She was a big 4-year old, and um, she got mad, and I was rubbing the back of another child, and I think she was mad because the child was taking too long to go to sleep. And I said, okay, I'll be right there. She got mad, came over and from behind me, and just she had little fat hands, and she started choking my neck. And I was like, okay, no, this child is not. It took me a minute to figure out what she was doing, but she was hurting me. I was like, what in the world? Yes, she started choking me, and we had to call the parent and talk to the parents about it. She said, her brothers are into wrestling, and that's the only way that she can get her brother's attention. It made sense, but you can't do that at school. There was a reasoning behind it, but you still can't do that at school. You can't do it to your friends, and you can't do it to your teachers. And so I sat down and I talked with the child. I talked with mama, talked with daddy, and we straightened it all out. And she never came at me again, but she used her. She said, I used my words. You heard what I said. So yes, she used her words, but they weren't peaceful words. So we have to model what we want our kids to do, and sometimes it's just nature. uh, Kids are not going to always do what we tell them to do. They will do what they see, but they don't always do what we tell them to do. So, um, hopefully, you got that straightened out with um, your child's teacher about the hitting and the biting. My daughter hates taking naps at school. She does throw a temper tantrum towards her teachers at school, like hitting and biting. Okay, I think we just talked about that. Thank you, Kaya. Let me see if there's any more. I think that was it. Sorry, y'all. I don't know how I did that. Somehow I flipped my way out of the studio um, on YouTube and Facebook. Okay, let me go over here to uh, TikTok and see. Yes, my kids have done that. Do you believe in whippings? And also, and if so, what age is good to start? I used to, because I got plenty of them as a child. I was a little rebellious, something. I have to admit, I was rebellious. And I had what they call attention seeking behaviors. Um, I was the middle child. I had middle child itis. The baby, my brother, oh, he always got baby. And he was also born 2 days before my sister's seventh birthday. So, guess what? He was her baby. And anytime he would get on my nerves, he would come hit me and I try to hit him back, she would hit me. And it was like being in the middle, all the myths that you all have heard about middle childitis, I had them all. I had them all. And I felt like I was being neglected. And you don't see me. My sister was the star scholar, my brother was the baby, and here I am in the middle. My sister's teachers even call me Yolanda's little sister. They used to they used to get on my last nerve, and I would retaliate. So that's why I'm able to tell you all these things now because I've been there, I've done that, I've done it myself. And now I spanking. Mm, there are other ways to discipline your child without giving them a good old fashioned whooping. My mom used to make us go get the switches off the tree. My grandmother did too. And don't bring no little bit of switch. You mean we had an elm tree outside in the front, and that elm tree, the if you got a switch, it was like a whip because you swing once and it'll whip back. It'll go twice. So no, I remember the times I got whoopings. I remember the times when I was younger and I used to spank my own kids. I stopped that too. So now um, I have other incentives to get my kids. I found other incentives to get my kids to behave. Uh, I do a combination of things of positive discipline, of positive reinforcements, um, but I don't whip them at all. So um, find a combination of what works for you. Now, there was plenty of times I took the PlayStation 2 away, or um, they had extra chores to do, uh, something to make them think about what they went through, what they did, and why they are having to do this extra, or why they can't play their game on a Friday night. Well, guess what? Just as Jamboree says, thank you for being so vulnerable and sharing your story. Oh, you're welcome. I can't, I won't say my life is an open book, but excuse me, I do know that some of the things that I went through can help others to realize and change their ways and do things differently for their children. So I try my best to do what I can to help uh, from my own experiences. So if that makes sense. Um, when do you start teething? I'm not ready for that yet. When do they start teething? Some babies are born with teeth. I've seen them being born with teeth. Um, but usually around 3 to 4 months, they start teething. It takes sometimes 2 to 3 months before a tooth will even come through. But when you see them chewing on everything, and it takes a while for when the first one pops through, then there's always another one coming through, and then another one coming through. So they teed for a long time. Um, Baby girl that I take care of now, she has been teething since 3 months. She has one, two, three, four, 5 teeth, and she's 9 months old now, and her teeth just started coming through about uh, I would say about 4 weeks ago, about a month ago. So she's been teething for 3 months. So it took her 5 months to get her first tooth. So it may be teething while a lot of drooling, and sometimes, just fair warning, sometimes when your babies are teething, it affects their ears, and you might see their nose start running, the clear liquid running from the nose. Their nose runs, and sometimes it affects their ears because the pain goes across to the ears. So if you see your child pulling on their ears, if that's not their sleep signal, now some babies pull it on their ears as their sleep signal. For other babies, it could be a sign of pain or an ear infection. So be observant. Um, I've seen some babies teeth early. Yes, they do. They start 2 or 3 months old. Teething tips to soothe baby. Angie, I have a several teething videos. If you look on my page, I have several teething videos. One with teething toys, one with suggestions about food with the mesh or the silicone feeder to get your baby to eat while teething. Um, you can make popsicles uh, from their formula from breast milk to put in like the little mesh feeder. To you can give them cold carrots. Um, all of those things I have on videos and explanations to go with them. Uh, so I think it would be better to for you to see it. Some things are better seen. I'm a visual learner, so some things are better seen. Okay, wait a minute. Someone's okay. Somebody was trying to call me. Sorry. Uh, let's see. Teeth into 3 months. Uh, Mine started early. She had 8 teeth by 8 months. She started around 3 to 4 months. There is super helpful, happy, and what this. Oh, this is super helpful. Sorry. Uh, Happy and watching. Thank you, Prissy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cheyenne. Hey, Nanny. Me and my daughter. Hold on. It just flipped. Let me go back there. Okay, here we go. Hey, Nanny, me and my daughter, dad just had a disagreement on is it okay to give my 6 month old baby food with water in the bottle without the formula added. Baby food. Give your 6 month old baby food with water in the bottle without the formula added. I also I always add formula with baby food. He doesn't just baby food and water. Okay, so at 6 months old, your doctor will tell you to give your baby water. Um, so it's kind of like um, them sitting down to eat and you feed them with a spoon and then you give some water to wash it down because I give the baby that I work with and most babies when they start eating, I give them water. It's my opportunity if they're not good drinkers of water because they need to stay hydrated. Um, if they don't drink water well, I will give them water with their meals from a bottle. Um, but yes, some people use there's all kinds of ways to feed your baby. When my son was young, I was what 20, 21, yeah, about 21 years old, and um, we would get the large nipple and stick a fork in it, and then and increase the nipple. Um, and he loved mashed potatoes from the bottle. Nowadays, I don't do that because this was like 30 some odd years ago. But I cannot condemn anybody for something that I have done. I can't. So, but I will say the food with the water is just like feeding them and washing it down with water. It doesn't necessarily have to have the milk in it. You have one way of doing things, he has another. But I will say, once your baby finishes eating, to give them the bottle because at 6 months they still need the nutrition from the milk because that's where all their vitamins are. It's in the milk. So make sure that even after you feed them, give them the milk afterwards. If you're not gonna give them milk with their food, then give them milk afterwards because It's impossible for babies to, when I say, and even adults to eat the colors. That's why I take a multivitamin every day, because I know I'm not going to eat enough vitamin B or get enough vitamin D or A or K or and all the other vitamin E, all those in the foods that I eat. There's not enough to meet my daily supply. So I take a multivitamin to help me uh, supply my body with the nutrients that I need. Your baby drinks milk and their vitamins is in their milk, so give them the milk. What about 3-year-olds that does not hear or listen during a tantrum and can scream and throw a fit for an hour plus? And nothing you try works. Offering something to make them happy, toy snack, talking, ignoring, getting down on their level, waiting, trying to hold, uh, ground them, distraction, nothing works. Okay, so yeah, my oldest son was like that sometimes. And sometimes you just have to let them work through it. And that's why I got the punching bag so he can punch it out. Um, Gave him something to a way to get his aggression out. I would just say if they're going to pitch the fit, sometimes you just have to let them work through it and let them learn how to self regulate themselves and let them know it's okay to be angry. Everybody gets angry. You may not show it all the time, but everybody gets angry. And sometimes, even as adults, we can hold on to our anger for days, sometimes months. We don't speak to people for years because we're angry. We even forget about why in the world am I not speaking to? What happened? What did they say? What did they do that made me angry in the first place that I'm not speaking to them? I just know I'm angry at you. I'm supposed to be angry at you. And if I see you, I'm walking the other way. I don't even remember why I'm angry. Well, kids can't regulate their anger like adults. Sometimes they just have to work through it. Sometimes you just have to move everything out of the way and make sure they're not hurting themselves and let them work through it. And sometimes, like I said, not all tantrums can be avoided. You just have a child who uh, those tantrums are not going to be avoided. He's going to let you know, I'm mad. I'm big mad. Uh, do you know when it's good to remove the Dr. Brown vents in baby bottles? Um, I use the anti-colicky bottles. Uh, I have tried to remove them. Parents have put them back in there, but when your baby, and one of the reasons we get buy those anti-colicky bottles is because baby has had trouble with their stomach and won't burp. And it gets a lot gas. It's very gassy, and that's why we bought the bottles. I try to take them out once the baby starts eating and once the baby is sitting up and is able to burp on their own. Around 6, 7 months is when they usually, by the time they finish eating, I've had babies finish sucking the bottle, chunk it. The minute they sit up into an upright position, the burp comes out. So if your baby is burping on their own and burping well on their own, then I I take the little aerator parts of the bottle, little tubes out of the bottles. But be careful with that. If they start getting gassy again, make sure that they get a burp out and maybe kind of pat them on the back to get an extra burp out so that they are not gassy. And you starting to cycle a problem all over again. And the reason that you bought the bottle was because it helps to reduce the gas that they are producing right now. So make sure that you give that extra burp to your baby. Uh, I just found out I'm going to have two under two. How do I help my baby get ready for the transition? Do you have baby dolls? Uh, Walmart special, baby dolls. Get them a. I had two under two. I got a stroller, the baby size stroller, the little doll size stroller. Put the baby doll in there. Let them um, let them take care of the baby, and even get a baby for yourself and start, paying attention to the baby and letting them help you, with the baby. Show them how to gently touch the baby's hand, even though it's a baby doll. Show them how to gently touch the baby, because once that baby gets there, baby doll is going away. Real baby's going to replace baby doll, and it's going to be crying and, need attention. Start now teaching your child that, the baby doll needs attention. The baby needs attention, and call it the baby. Um, and that way they can associate, that's a little baby. This is a little baby. Now the baby doll may not move like the baby does, but at least you getting her started on gentle touches, and seeing you feed the baby. I take the bottle and kind of just uh, feed the baby, or have her in your lap and have her help feed the baby. It builds a bond between, when you have the older sibling, the young and the new baby. It builds a bond between the baby and the the baby and the older sibling. One of my friends, well, she's actually like a sister to me. I love the way she raises her children. I love how her oldest daughter takes care of the baby girl, and she cuddles her and she laughs with her, and uh she's just a caring little girl. And now they're older. I think the baby girl is 2 and she's 5. The oldest one is 5, but they bond. They have this sisterly bond. I'm sure they still, get on each other's nerves, but if something happens to that baby, to the youngest, the oldest sibling, she is right there. Mommy, what's wrong? How can I help? Maybe she needs this. Let me give you a hug. Okay, come here, baby. And the baby's about as big as she is. Come here, baby. Let me hug you. And baby's sitting there and she stops crying. I don't care if she's got her head held over here, arms over there. Baby, that bond between siblings, and it's just a powerful thing, especially if you teach them to love each other and to work together, and that we work as a family unit, caring and loving each other. If one man goes down, we all going, everybody gathering around picking that man up. That's what family does. You're welcome. Thank you, Jada. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so um, but that's pretty much. I had 3 under the age of 5, so I know what you're going up. Average age baby to sit up. The average age, it ranges. Some babies are early. Like my son started walking at 7 months. A lot of the babies that I've cared for didn't start crawling until I actually crawled. They were scooting around, but they didn't actually start crawling until they were 7 months. So sitting up, um, it averages between 5 to 7 months, because once they learn to roll over, it tightens up their core. Hi, Toya. I was just talking about you and your girls. Um, so, but yeah, that's pretty much the average age. Like I said, some babies are quicker to sitting up, and it just depends on how much you work with them. Um, I had someone tell me, well, it's going to happen naturally. They'll naturally do it. Yeah, they'll naturally do it. But I like to work with my babies to make sure that they are on point. That's just me. Those milestones, if I just lay them on the floor and just let them lay there, they're going to get a flat spot on the back of their head. If I don't put them on their tummy, they'll never learn to push their heads up, strengthen their neck muscles, and get those core together. If I just let them lay there and don't do anything with them, they may decide, okay, Hmm. Right now, the baby I take care of, she will hold her bottle for me because all I do is when she gets ready to eat, I put her in my arms and I go like this. That's all I do. I just put the bottle in front of her. She reaches out, grabs the bottle, and holds it. Now, her mama, on the other hand, she just sits back like this, like, okay. And I'm like, are you still feeding her? Well, yeah, she won't hold the bottle for me. I said, let me have the bottle. I give her the bottle, and she looks at me. She looks at her mama. She looks at me. I said, you're going to have to hold your bottle. She reaches out, grabs the bottle, and sucks it. So it just depends on the baby and how much you work with them and how much you let them get away with. There are things that they can do, but because you do it for them, why should I work? You're going to do it for me? Hey, I'm just going to sit back and let it happen. I make my children independent. The children I work with, I try to make them as independent as possible. So when mom needs to cook or mom needs to do whatever she needs to do, even go to the bathroom, they can sit and they can wait for a few minutes for mom to come back without screaming and yelling. They can play with their toys in a secluded, a safe area. So it's up to you as to, um, I shouldn't say it's up to you, but working with your child helps them to develop quicker. I never knew ears were affected. Oh my God, this makes so much sense. My girl has a habit of touching ears. Well, make sure it's not sometimes it is just a habit of touching the ears. Sometimes it's I know my grandson, he used to sit in my lap and he would uh, pull his arm up and he would play with my ears while he fell asleep. That he would pull my ears. So, like, that's why I said sometimes the ears is a sleep signal and not necessarily a pain signal. So, just, be sure you are watching and being aware of which one it is. Super helpful. Thank you, Prissy. True. I thank you for this information. I love it here. I'm a first time mom. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad I could help. I make my daughter run outside in a circle 7 times when she acts up. Okay. What age do you give the milk? If you mean cow's milk, I wait at least until they are a year old. And almost I start transitioning them right around 11 and a half months. I will do 75% formula or breast milk and 25% uh, whatever milk they're going to be on once they are done with the formula. And I go from there and then I put 50-50. Then I put a 25-75, and then they're on milk. So, normally, children are off the formula at around a year old. Unless they have medical problems and special needs, your pediatrician will probably tell you keep them on a little longer. But check with your pediatrician. I don't know your child. I am not familiar with their history. So check with your pediatrician and talk to your pediatrician about when your baby should be drinking milk, because I don't want to tell you, oh yeah, a year old. Well, you said, no, 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 no. Check with your pediatrician. I am not a doctor. I don't know your child personally. So check with someone who has seen your child and knows your child's patterns. Thank you so much. Her dad over here says, thank you. He's happy. He's right. Was I selling an argument? Okay. Uh, Hello, Seesaw. Thank you for the summer sun. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. She ended up throwing it all up. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I think I missed part of your question, boss babe. I'm not sure. Tips on crawling. Okay, so I have a crawling. video. Also, I have the Chronicles of Crawling. I have the Army Crawl, the Roll Crawl, the Bear Crawl, and I just did I do the cruise? Oh, I haven't done the cruising one because crawling leads to pulling up and cruising. So I need to do that. Let me make a note to do the cruising and crawling, pulling up. Okay, so I have a note to do the cruising and the pulling up because that crawling leads to that. Um, let me see. Kaya says we practice. Uh, let's see. We practice conscious discipline as well. We do not teach through hitting, popping, beating, etc. We teach through redirection, communication, support, and connection. Awesome. Awesome, Kaya. Toya says, I can't believe I caught alive. I'm so excited to be here. I'm excited for you to be here too. Hello, hello. Okay, so everyone who just joined, um, in about 7 minutes, I'm going to call out the winner. I have been looking. If you want to participate in tonight's giveaway, put a color in the comments. We're talking about the 8 basic colors: red, yellow, green, blue, orange, black, brown, and purple. One of those colors in the comments. Uh, my nanny doesn't. My nanny baby doesn't want to hold her bottle. I'm trying to teach her, but I only see her 2 times a week. Yeah, that's kind of hard when you only see her 2 times a week. It's hard to teach uh, in twice a week. Yellow, green, yellow. Okay, so far nobody has the color that I picked. So if you want to add a color, I suggest you do it now. You have about 6 minutes. Okay, so let me see. Let me see. I think I have love your experience is okay. So as I said, um, if you have any more questions about, I think I got everybody's question and everybody's answers. I have, what age should I remove? Okay. And I'm still looking for the color. I don't see the color that I have written down. So if you want to add another color, take a chance on winning. Okay. Let's see. Like I said, another 6 minutes. Okay. Oh, I had a question. Go live in a room. Anyone who can see it. Okay. Hello, Sherry. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Okay, if you want to participate um, in the drawing in about 5 minutes, in the giveaway, should I say, in about 5 minutes, uh, I need you to put a color into the uh, comments. And um, so far, I don't have a winner. Uh, wait a minute. Oh, I see one. I see one. I see one. So if you want to participate in the giveaway, please put a color in the comments. Did you get the flowers I sent you? Hold on. Hold on, proceed. Let me see if I got the flowers. Let me look. Let me look. Let me look. I I see where you shared the live. Okay, they just came through. They just came through, Prissy. I just saw it. I just saw it flash across my screen. I just saw it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just got a message that says Prissy sent you roses. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate you gifting me roses. Thank you for the gifts. Okay, so I see this is last call, last call, last call for colors. I see one person who has the right color. Uh, Let me make sure. Let me go back through and see. Call out the color, and then we're going to be done for the night. I don't see any colors over here. Yo, yeah, but that's the wrong color. Okay, so if you have not followed me, please hit the little plus button and follow me. Um, and please share this video with your friends, other moms who can use some help. Also, just a little announcement. A little announcement. I also. I am a. I can't even talk. I am a new parent educator and I do parent consultations. So if you want a one on one consultation, look in the link in my bio. I do mini consultations, which is 30 minutes, and I do a full hour, which is a full consultation. So you can book an appointment through my link in my bio. If you'd like to make a donation, there's a link in my bio for that too, or you can donate here to support my work and my content. And also, um, I appreciate you all participating in the giveaways um, and from the sponsored, should I say, the sponsored giveaways because some of the things that I receive as to do like quote unquote commercials for. They send me extra stuff, and I like doing giveaways. I like sharing the wealth, sharing the things that I receive, with passing on to moms who can use it. Um, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so here goes. Um, you're welcome, Angie. Symptoms of acid reflux and remedies. I also have a video on that. Uh, BB's World. Okay, so uh, I have a video on my page on my uh, yeah. Look on my page. Um, go to my bio and look on my page, and there and scroll down. There's videos on reflux, on burping techniques, which will help with reflux. It also tells you um, what to do, how to, when you feed your baby, hold them upright for about 30 minutes after you feed them. Do paste feeding. In case you don't know what paste feeding is when you hold the baby up like this, and you you see how I have this bottle level, how the milk is level. You let the baby suck the milk into their mouth and not try to force the milk in, because when you hold it like this, they get a limited amount. So you can they control you and them control it. But when you go like this, uh, you see how that milk just kind of runs out? It just runs into the baby's mouth, and the baby sometimes is trying to breathe and suck and swallow that milk at the same time. And when they're breathing and swallowing that milk at the same time, it causes a lot of air to go in there. Also, reflux is there's a certain amount of spit up, but my son had reflux so bad it was like projectile vomiting, and he lost half of his body weight in 1 week. So with him losing that much weight, we ended up in the hospital. So be sure you check and make sure that your baby's not throwing up constantly, not just a little spit up here, or maybe they burp and some milk comes up. But if it comes, just kind of projectile and keeps going. Also, babies with reflux will cry a lot too. When you lay them down, they get very uncomfortable because the milk comes back up the esophagus, and the acid from the stomach, it kind of burns. It's like having heartburn, um, real bad heartburn. If you've never had it, uh, then you're blessed. But yeah, all of that are signs of reflux. There is silent reflux too. That sometimes you don't know it. Uh, Also, check with your doctor and write down what you observe, not what you think the baby is doing, but write down what you see. Because if you write down everything you see and you take it to your pediatrician, that way your pediatrician will know exactly where to start, what questions to ask you, what tests that your baby needs to take to find out what's wrong with them. Write those things down. Thank you, Prissy. Thank you for the roses. What's a simple sample diet for 9 month old babe for the day? Must have missed it. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Um, the 9 month old that I have, the first thing she does, because she has a smaller stomach, we feed her 4 ounces of milk with her probiotic when she first gets up, which is around 7 o'clock. And then around 9 o'clock, when I arrived to work around 8, and we go out for a walk, go to the park, do whatever we need to do. We're back home by 9. I feed her breakfast, which consists of fruits. This morning she had eggs. We found out she's not allergic to eggs, so she had eggs, um, and some pears. And before she went down for her nap at 10 o'clock, uh, I say about 9:45, she had a bottle. She sucks it in, and most of the time she falls asleep on me, but I hold her upright so that she will, and make sure that she burps so she won't go to bed with a belly full of milk and not have burped, and I don't want to come back up on her and give her gas. And we're sitting there and having and she's, because there have been times when she refused to burp, and I have been holding her for like 20, 30 minutes. So I put her down, and 15 minutes later, as soon as I lay her down, she's screaming. I go back in there, I pick her up, I pat her by the third pat. Here comes this burp. Yeah. So make sure you burp your babies and hold them upright after you feed them, so that to help avoid the reflux coming back up, the milk coming back up. Give them time to start digesting, give it time to stay down. Um, so anyway, that is it. Okay, I have one person who guessed the right color. The color for today was brown. I had one person, and I recorded her name. Let me make sure, let me double check, make sure that I got the right name. Uh, Kate Bonnie guessed the color brown. That was the only one that we had that guessed the color brown. So, Kate Gianni, you are the winner for tonight's uh, giveaway. I will send you a message. She said, "Oh my God, I'm so excited!" Yes, I'm excited for you. Uh, Thank you for the like, Cindy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, I appreciate you all liking the video. When you send likes, it invites more, it draws more attention and then draws more people in. So when you like the videos, when I go live, it invites more people to come in and learn. So, I mean, as if the lives weren't a gift enough. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But I will be contacting you. I will send you a message here on, I'm gonna say YouTube, here on TikTok. I got too many platforms going because I almost said Instagram. So I got Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and um, TikTok going. I appreciate all of you who came in, who stopped by, participated, answered questions, asked questions. I hope I got everybody's question. I hope I answered everybody's question. If you have any questions, please send me a private message if you have any more questions. If you want to set up a private, um, if you want to set up a private one-on-one session with me, please check out the link in my bio. And you all, I hope you all had a wonderful Labor Day weekend and have a good rest of the week. I have 3 more days. This is like my short week. I'm enjoying it. So I have 3 more days of work this week, and it'll be the weekend. So you all enjoy your week. I'll probably be back sometime this week to say hello. But if you haven't checked out my video, please go check out the video that I just did about um, the parents. It's the, well, I just posted it today around 5 o'clock. So the first one, that's at the top of my page, is the last one that I released. If you find some others that you like, please feel free to like them, share them, um, duet with them, whatever with them, and just do it in a nice manner. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Um, because they are mostly teaching videos. Anyway, I'm blubbering on and on and on. So I will see you all probably sometime later on this week. And um, I will talk to you all later. And if I don't see you or talk to you, I'll see you next Tuesday, same time, same place, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Good night, everybody. All right.